just put into perspective just how much further ahead you are in terms of understanding the defense at this point now than you were last season going into fall? Obviously, we saw you had a really strong spring.
Yeah, of course. I feel like I came a long way understanding the defense. Right now, I feel like the position that I'm learning, I got everything down, so now I'm starting to learn the safety position, so just to have some more versatility in my game.
Yeah, Joenel, when you go back and watch your performance from last year when you were healthy, what were your takeaways and what do you think you need to improve upon going in this year?
I think, my takeaways were just being able to, when I'm healthy, I just know that I'm a great player. And what I can improve on, I feel like probably my man-to-man coverage, I feel like that's something I can improve on. That's something I've been improving on, so going into the season.
Kind of going back to that, you battled a few different injuries last year. What kept you going? What allowed you to fight through that and not get down when you got banged up a couple times?
What kept me going is my teammates, man. I knew I had to be there for my teammates, and I wanted, obviously, be there playing with them. So that's what kept me going.
I guess one, did you say you were working at safety some, and two, if you are, just kind of what has that learning process been like, learning safety in addition to continue growing at Star?
I feel like safety helps me understand my position more, like learning where my help is, learning where to stay leveraged at. So I feel like learning that position helps me a lot with my position currently now.
Yeah, what have you seen out of Ellis Robinson so far this year, and how can he help this team?
Man, Ellis is a dog, I ain't gonna lie. The boy's a ball player. I knew Ellis growing up, so I've been seeing it in him. So he definitely gonna be big for us this year.
How have you been feeling physically and mentally throughout how summer camp's been? Because it's been like a toll. It's like it takes 2 weeks of your body mentally. So how are you feeling physically, and how's your mind doing?
Mentally, I feel like this is probably the best I ever felt. Just being here, because I understand. I've been here for a minute now, so I just understand how everything works. And physically, you at Georgia, you always gonna feel a little, banged up, but it's just how you push through it. Make sure you get your treatment and everything. So.
Obviously, you guys lost Malachi and Dan Jackson as safety, KJ. What about the other safety spot? What does that look like this year with some of the guys trying to win that job?
Right now, I feel like everybody's just competing. I feel like there's nobody has a spot right now. We're all just trying to focus on getting better every day. Just learn the playbook and just getting better.
Yeah, Joenel, how has Adrian Maddox fit in with this team, and what to you stands out about his game?
He's always around the ball. I feel like, wherever the ball is, you're going to see him. So, yeah.
Joenel, Coach Schumann talked to us the other day, and he talked about how tackling was a big issue for you guys last year, that you guys didn't do a good enough job at it. And Kirby's coming in here now, just a few minutes before, talking about how tackling's still an issue. I know those guys are just not easy to please, but what does that mean to you guys defensively when one of the most basic forms of kind of what you've been asked to do is something that just keeps getting brought up as something that you're not doing as well as maybe you need to?
I think we just need to improve on that, keeping our leverage when tackling, keeping our eyes up, and just finishing the play when we got it.
Yeah, how has Rayshawn settled in, being one of those summer enrollees, and what have been your early impressions of him?
He was a dog too, man. I'm not gonna lie. He was a dog.
We're asking about a lot of other players. Let's talk offensive guy. What have you seen of Zach Branch, the transfer from USC?
Zach, yeah, he like that. I'm not gonna lie. Going up against him every day, that's why you come to Georgia, iron sharpen iron, and he's getting me better as a player. I'm getting him better as a player. So, going back and forth with him every day is pretty good.
Kind of along those same lines, just as an entire secondary, what are the battles like out there with this receiving core, and what it's like going against really anyone on that side?
I mean, it's elite battles every day. Every day you got to be on your P's and Q's because, you know, they coming after you and we coming after them. So, you know, we just, you know, it's a friendly battle. Just trying to get each other better.
Dalen Everett is, I guess, a third-year starter at corner. What do you expect from him this year? Obviously, came up big, you know, against Texas a couple times. You know, what's it like to play with him, and what do you expect from him this year?
He's a great leader, great ball player, understands the defense. He's a good guy to be around. You know, he's just overall a great player.
Yeah, Coach has been talking about how important it is for KJ to kind of take a step as a leader, more of a vocal presence. You play right there in front of him at star, and when you're not playing beside him, how has he taken that step? Do you hear him more often, I guess?
Yeah, KJ stepped up a lot this year, being a vocal leader and just being a leader all around on the defense. I feel like, you know, he's doing a good job of, you know, leading us, me as well, and Ja'Cory and all the other guys, but we're doing a great job of it, and he's also doing a good job too.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, Joenel.
Thanks, Joenel.